Amoebae are microscopic unicellular organisms. Unlike rotifers or nematodes, amoebae aren't microanimals, because they consist of only one cell. They are known for their ability to change their shape by extending structures known as pseudopodia, which means false feet. Pseudopodia are extensions of the cell membrane. They are not only found in amoebae, but also in white blood cells, fighting against diseases in many creatures and even humans. Amoebae extend their pseudopodia to crawl on surfaces, also to engulf prey. They move really slowly, so some of the footage in this video will be sped up. Some amoebae, like the stick amoeba, move around by extending the whole cell towards one direction, which is different from the usual way of amoeboid motion, which involves the formation of distinctive extensions, which are the pseudopodia talked about earlier. Amoebae do not have a cell wall. Their bodies are encased in a flexible cell membrane. This helps them change shape freely, which is essential for their motion. It is also essential for their feeding mechanism, phagocytosis. This process is the same one used by macrophages to fight against pathogens. The cell uses its cell membrane to engulf smaller particles, such as bacteria, storing them in a food vacuole to be digested. In this clip, which is sped up 5 times, we can clearly see the pseudopodia extending as the amoeba moves around and searches for food. We can clearly see a relatively large green structure inside of this amoeba, which is a cell of microalgae that it has engulfed. Microalgae were present in abundance around this amoeba. Amoebae are incredibly diverse. Most of the amoebae that I see are naked, like the stick amoeba. This brown shell is also an amoeba. Unlike naked amoebae, it is protected by a shell known as a test. It belongs to a group of shelled amoebae known as testate amoebae. This particular one belongs to a genus Archella. It is very slow, so I had to record it in hyperlapse to see its motion. Its pseudopodia extend from under its test, as seen in this video, allowing it to move around. This is a heliozoan, also known as a sun animalcule. It is an amoeboid organism covered in spikes known as exopodia, which are used for feeding. Like this heliozoan, some amoebae are predators, feeding on bacteria, algae, and other unicellular organisms. Others are detritivores, feeding on particles of dead and decaying organic matter, helping in the process of decomposition and returning nutrients to the soil in the process. And others can be parasites, like the amoeba Naegleria fowleri, commonly known as the brain-eating amoeba, which causes an extremely rare but fatal infection in humans. Amoebae are single-celled eukaryotic organisms, meaning that they have membrane-bound organelles such as a nucleus. They reproduce primarily through binary fission. In this process, one cell splits into two. They are some of the organisms found commonly in my samples, mostly in moss and soil samples, but sometimes in samples from freshwater bodies. Their population seems to increase as bacterial populations increase, which is due to the increase of available food sources. And that's all what I have to say about amoebae, those fascinating and diverse unicellular organisms. Bye, see you next time.